Good morning everyone. Today we'll be learning about the concept of how the network evolution took place. So in the beginning, in 1950s, the network evolution took place where it was said to be a ground environment in which the network was said to be built in. So here you can see ground environment is nothing but the network was said to be mainly introduced by the air defense. It's nothing but for the defense purpose. Mainly this network purpose was said to be introduced. It was used only by the defense system only. Afterwards in 1960s there came a network called as subray, or it can be called as a dumb terminal network access for the host system. Host system means what? A main system used to be there, that from main system the multiple other system used to access the data. So it was said to be introduced in 1960s. In 1915 was the SAGE, nothing but semi-automatic ground environment, which was only for the defense purpose. In 1960s the dumb terminal access shared host computer means what? It was only developed for the airline purposes, only for the terminals which used to only hear and used to intimate some instructions to the other end. That it was introduced in 1960s. In 1970s mainly the importance of network it was given through the ARPANET. Okay, ARPANET, it introduced the network concept where the data was said to be transmitted from one end to another end through the concept of packet switching. Packet switching is nothing but your data, whatever data is there or information is there, it was said to be subdivided into multiple packets, and those packets used to be transferred from one end to another end. Okay, in that ARPANET concept, it had the concept of using the TCP/IP protocols. TCP/IP protocols, those are the protocols which help you out in transmitting the data from one end to another end. Okay, if you have a FTP, you have the mail transfer protocol, you have multiple other protocols which are said to be present within the TCP/IP. This was the most important aspect, which was the changes which were brought out in the network for the transfer of information. Then came the Ethernet local area network, where it was built for only the purpose for the local area only. Only this specific area only was said to be designed, and the data had to transfer within that particular area only. So that it was introduced in the Ethernet local area network. In 1980s and 1990s, a new application of internet growth was came into effect where all the business was said to be done through the network application. Then you have to transfer the mail, that it was done in 1980s 1990s. Then file transfer was done from one end to another end through the internet concept. Then web, you can access the web through the web information. And streaming video is nothing but your video had to be streamed, means multiple flips or multiple clips of data was said to be combined to make it into a single one. That is said to be a streaming video. And peer to peer, okay, from one main host system to another host system, it had to get connected. That was introduced in 1980s and 1990s. And internet traffic surpassed the voice traffic. It's nothing but mainly your voice signals became clear through the internet traffic inculcation. Okay, so this was the part of the network evolution from 1950s to 1990s to till now. Okay. Next, already you know some of the concept of what is a protocol. Protocol is nothing but the rules and regulations which are being used while transferring the data from one end to another end. Okay, mainly its aspect was to have a communication from one end to another end with specific information to be shared or not to be shared, that it was being considered in the protocols part. Okay, so those rules and regulations are very important for the both the parties to interact. In this, it has the various protocols: the internet protocol, the TCP protocol, the HTTP protocol, and the simple mail transfer protocol. The internet protocol, mainly you need a IP address to transmit the data from one end to another end. Okay, one data, it has to be transmitted in a proper way, that it is done by the TCP. Hypertext is nothing but you have to combine multiple web pages, then you use the concept of HTTP with the designal phase, everything. And when you want to mail your data from one end to another end, you use the simple mail transfer protocol. So these are the protocols. Then you have the terminal oriented network. It's nothing but one system to another system. Okay, the transfer of information from one system to another system was a little bit expensive in the earlier phases, and it was said to be like multiple. Next main aspect of the network is to share the network among multiple people at a time. A single network by multiple people, they can share that particular network. That was the most important thing. And remote access, you can access the multiple people at a longer distance through the use of the modem. So modem used to communicate the data from one end to another end through one area to another area, remote areas, through the help of the modems. It's nothing but modulation and demodulation. Your signals get multiplied in the demodulation concept. So you can see here the diagram. You have a system, you have the terminals through which you get communicated through a modem. Okay. Then a computer to computer network, it's nothing but you are said to be communicating from one end to another end through the help of a computer. So cost automatically, as generation got improvised, the cost also becomes less. And uh, the people, nowadays it is said to be easier to communicate, but earlier the cost of the systems was said to be little bit expensive, so it was little bit, you can say, the network was said to be little bit expensive. But nowadays it has become easier, it has become flexible, easy to use everything. So interaction between multiple systems were there, and it will be supporting multiple applications at a time. For example, you can access a video, you can give a voice call, you can hear something audio. Okay, you can transfer a file at a time only, that can be done. That application was said to be improvised in the computer to computer networks. And application examples, the arbitrary computers, the main whichever systems are there, servers used to access the data and transfer the data to multiple systems at a time, and the execution of the program on another computer can be done. If I do a program in this system, this program can be executed by any other system at the other end. That was also a helpful feature, and it can operate multiple processes at a single time, or multiple computers can execute multiple processes at a time. That was the main applications of this computer to computer network. So in this network aspect, you have to learn even the concept of what is packet switching. Okay, mainly what is packet switching is nothing but your data is said to be, as I said, it will be divided into small packets, and it has to be sent from one end to another end. While it is said to be transmitted through various applications, it has to have an arbitrary message size. Your data which is being sent, okay, one packet one size, another packet another size, I can do it. So it has to have a fixed amount of size for a package to get transferred. And the data, when it is being transferred, it has to be less delay should be there. And when it has less delay, even it has the concept of, while transmitting the data from one point to another point, a store and forward concept is that data will be stored and it will be transmitted to the other end. And it cannot have more amount of delays while data is being transmitted. And when it is said to be packet switching concept, it is message switching. Switching from one end to another end is through the messages are being transmitted from one end to another. And store and forward is nothing but the data is being stored and it is said to be transmitted here also in the packet switching concept. And the maximum length, okay, packet, it has its own length which is being fixed. Okay, if it is said to be 24 kb, it will be only 24 kb which is said to be transmitted from one end to another end. And when a bigger messages are there, it will be divided into multiple packets at a time. Okay, and even ARPANET, when it's said to be introduced in 70s, it was the most advantageous, where it was able to send transmit multiple packets at a time at a longer phase. So it has a more improvised features here. And main difference between packet switching and message switching is nothing but, here packet switching is nothing but whole multiple messages which will be there in the packet, it will be switched, whereas message is nothing but a single message, it will be switched from one end to another. That is the difference between a message switching and the packet switching. Okay, in the packet switching concept, the use of ARPANET is being there. You can see here in the diagram how it is being there. The data is being transmitted from one packet to another packet to like multiple packets it is being transferred and it will be reached to the main destination, and each packet is independent of the other. It is not caring of the previous one, what happened, what will happen to the next packet, everything that is not dependent on the previous one. Each packet it works independently, it works with only, it is mainly involved with its own work. It is not dependent on the previous work or the next work. That is the concept here in the ARPANET packet switching. Okay. And in the ARPANET also you have the concept of routing. Routing means what? When the data is being routed from one end to another end, it will be choosing the shortest path to reach to the destination. Shortest path means what? Okay, I am sending a packet from here. It sends the packet here and then here, and it may jump here. So multiple like this, then this, it not reach to the destination. Any route it can choose. In the routing tables it will be having the data where to switch and where to move. Multiple routing algorithms are there which will help you out to route the data in the line. Means what? When you are reaching to your destination, it may take any path. It doesn't mean that it has to follow that particular path. Which is the shortest, it may choose that particular path and reach to the destination. If a problem is there in the path, then it may shift to other route. That concept is being there. It selects the route and it passes the data from one end to another end. Okay. So this is the concept of what do you mean by ARPANET and routing and packet switching and message switching, which we have done today. So any of the other concept which is related to network we will be dealing to the in the next class. Okay, mainly remember packet switching is nothing but packets are being switched from one end to another end. It will be reached from one end to another end with any of the routes which is not dependent on each other. Okay, that is the concept of your packet switching using the concept of ARPANET. Okay, thank you.